Hello everyone, welcome to the overview of our project, a self-balancing electric skateboard called Hermes. Hermes is a rechargeable self-balancing electric skateboard. It can easily balance itself on its two wheels placed along its center so that a user can easily mount on it for personal transport. It's easy to build, doesn't cost much, and mostly environment friendly. Okay, now let's take a look at the components of the skateboard. Here we have a look at the underside of the skateboard. As you can see, the skateboard is run by two wheels which are connected to two DC motors. And the DC motors are run by using two motor controllers, BTS 7960. And these two pairs of wheels on the two sides of the skateboard are used for safety when landing. The wheels are connected to the motors using gear and chain system, as you can see right here. The tension of the string was a bit tricky to get right, but we had to use trial and error method to get the tension just right. Let's look at some of the electronics part of the project. Here's an Arduino Mega. It controls all the operations of the skateboard. It is powered using a LiPo battery, which is passed through a 7809 voltage regulator to supply constant 9 volt. This is the top side of the skateboard. There are 2 foot holes for the user. There are also 2 lead acid batteries, each of them are 12 volt. These are used to supply power to the motors. This is a 6 degree of freedom gyroscope, MPU 6050. This gives us the inclination angle of the skateboard in both forward and backward direction. Okay, now let's take a look at the working principle of the skateboard. The main theory on which we worked on was that if the board is tilted to one side, the wheels will accelerate in the same direction, the board will face a reverse torque, and the skateboard will balance itself. We achieved this by using the gyroscope. If the board tilts in any direction, the gyroscope reads the angle of inclination and sends it to the Arduino. The Arduino processes this data and decides in which direction the motors should be accelerated. The speed of the motors is then decided by the Arduino using a PID algorithm. Okay, now that we have got all the technical stuff out of the way, let's see if we can test it. Hopefully Hermes is ready, we can ride it and it can balance itself. But first, a little test. In this test, we tried to see if Hermes could balance itself without any load. As you can see, it's doing really fine. It can balance itself for 10 to 15 seconds. Due to some mechanical constraints, there was a slight imbalance in the weight on the two sides of the skateboard. As you will see soon in this video, the weight on the left side of the skateboard was a bit more than the right side. So we had to add a slight weight on the right side of the skateboard so that Hermes could balance itself. Okay, now it's time for a field test. Let's see if we can actually ride it and if it can actually balance itself. Here we can see that an user is riding the skateboard and it is trying to balance itself according to the inclination in the forward or backward direction. And as we can see, it's doing really fine. It's balancing itself easily. So that sums up our self-balancing electric skateboard Hermes. We hope you liked it. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Thank you.